You're still watching the Entrepreneurial SME. I'm joined by Sandy Fuhr, founder of Beauty Institute. Please share your insights using the hashtag TESME on social media. That is TESME. Sandy, 20 countries in the continent. I got two questions. Had the market become too small here, or you saw opportunities out there?
So why was I motivated to take Beauty Therapy Institute out of South Africa? Is because I was interviewing so many students from Africa wanting to come and study in South Africa. And I was living the experience of these young 18-year-old girls having to move, leave home, leave countries, move into South Africa, whole different culture, whole different community, and all the issues around that. And I thought, I couldn't understand why they wouldn't study in their own country. And then I realized there was a shortage of quality education in Africa. So I made the decision with our first college that we opened there that I wanted to take our quality of education that we've established here in South Africa to take it into Africa. So at the moment we are proudly African. We have not left the African borders, and we don't have necessarily any long-term plans to do so. We are talking to a few people outside of Africa, but at the moment we're proudly African, and we're bringing education to...
And what are some of these countries? 3 or 4 of these countries in the continent?
So we're in Nigeria, we're in Ghana, we're in Kenya, we're in Namibia. So that's
wow.
Amazing. Heading to Botswana soon. So
and then you left another country called Cape Town to come to Gauteng.
Yes.
What was the motivation?
So I semi-grated when I got married, remarried, and my husband's business, he was the founder of Sorbet, so we had to come back to...
It was all in the industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had to come back to Johannesburg, and I'm loving it here. I'm very happy to be in Johannesburg.
And you would say that the market in Cape Town is no different from here? I mean,
so
you had first established in Cape Town when you started, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. We have 5 colleges in Cape Town, and we have 5 in Johannesburg. And it's quite an interesting observation. When I look at the financials, which we go through every day and every week and every month, and some of my top schools are in Cape Town or Johannesburg. It doesn't really matter. And that's been the fascinating journey for me, is to be able to see it doesn't really matter where we are, as long as we're doing the right thing for the student to give them a proper qualification and a future. I think we're on it.
Far from it being too romantic, let's talk about how hard it is to set up a business. It cannot be too easy.
No.
You made it sound like it was just a transition, but tell us about the challenges.
So obviously starting always with the rands and cents of it all. There's not many people are sitting around with a couple of million in their back pocket, or even...
Lately, a couple of rand in their pocket.
Even, exactly. So what we've tried to do is we've tried to create a model which is quite easily portable. So we can set up a college in a small space, about 100 square meters. We can set up a college for under 250,000 Rand, and immediately open our doors to students that are wishing to come into the industry. But 250,000 Rand, not everybody is sitting with that kind of money either.
Yeah.
So yes, I think the rands and cents are the biggest challenge. Having to deal with the marketing. So as an individual, when you're a business owner, you have to become an operations expert, a marketing expert, a finance expert, the administrator. You've got to become the teacher. You've got to be everything to your business that you never imagined when you left school and you went to study wherever you went.
Yeah.
You could never imagine that you needed to be a little bit of everything. And that's the type of person that we attract at BTI, where those are the characteristics that we need for a person that wants to set up a college like ours.
40 years gone. What's for the next 10 years in 1 minute? So
yes, going forward, and I always have a 5-year plan, and I've just culminated on my last 5-year plan, which is quite exciting. 5-year plan, we want to open at least another 10 colleges, primarily in Africa again, because my heart sits in Africa. My dream is to give education to the majority in South Africa.
And that's all we have for tonight on the Entrepreneurial SME. Sandy, thank you very much. From me, Rams Mabote, goodbye and God bless.
Telkom Business, behind South African businesses' drive to thrive.